Hello everyone, it is Susan here. Welcome to my channel, Suehiles Art. So, I guess I just wanted to pop on. I figured, I don't know, just wanted to talk with you guys, give you a little update on things. And then, you know what, I was looking around my craft room, which I'm in right now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a disaster. so, so I figured I would give you just a quick, honest tour, real quick, just kind of an overview of what my craft room looks like right now. My hair is a mess. I have a bobby, not a bobby pin, a barrette on this side, and I didn't put one on this side, and I guess I should have. Oh well. Anyway, I don't know. So I'm feeling much better. It has been almost, well, it's been 2 weeks since I've actually contracted COVID. Um, and it's been about a week and a half since, I'm just trying to think. Well, no, it's been, oh gosh, I don't know, a week or less of where I'm not in quarantine anymore. No, about a week. And yeah, and I'm doing a lot better. Still low energy, but much better than I was. And it just kind of feels, I don't know, it's a little bit like a head cold. It just, every day it's the same. It doesn't really get better. So I'm hoping that at some point it actually gets better. um, but yeah, so I just try to plan to do something every day, whatever it might be, something in the house. I do need to get outside to, like, my garden is done at this point, my container garden. So, but I still have, like, my pea plants, I still have things in there. I just need to cut them down and clean it up. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my containers, because I'm going to leave the dirt and the soil, everything in them. But where am I going to store them? Do I store them maybe under my deck, my back deck, where the snow might get to them, but not a lot? Do I put them in my back shed? Do I put them in my garage? I'm thinking not my garage, because if there's bugs in them, I'm going to get bugs in my garage. So anyways, I have to figure that out. Of course, the leaves are everywhere because I live in New Jersey, and the trees are more than halfway bare. Like, the leaves are just down, and my son started raking them up yesterday. He should have started probably about 2 weeks ago. He's in the autistic spectrum. So, there's battles to have and there's battles not to have. It's not worth it. I've learned that long ago when he was little. And yeah, so we have leaves in our yard longer than we should. Right now, and I have a big, a long yard. So he did the front and the sides and part of the back. So, like, he didn't do the whole back. So, like, I'm looking at it right now out my window. And, but that's just him. So, again, you know what? Who's going to see it? My cousins that live next door? Like, I don't know. So, I don't get, like, real upset about things like that, because I just can't. Because if I get upset, then that's going to get him upset, and then we get nowhere, right? So just let it slide, and it eventually gets done. He does do it, but I guess that is not his favorite thing to do, so he will put it off a little bit longer than he should. But anyways, but he wasn't feeling well either. I do believe that he got COVID. He was not tested, but he never got what I got the first few days, the really, really bad part. but he has this cold thing. And he sounds exactly like I do, and we have the cough and the whole thing. And so his experience with it is different. So, which is good. I'm thankful that he didn't get that bad part. So what else? What else? I'm just trying to think. I don't know. How about if we go ahead and I turn this camera around, and like I said, this is just to show you real life in my craft room, because I like to take projects out. I compartmentalize basically my projects, so I just have them all over. So I'm just gonna kind of share with you what I have and what it looks like. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's stuff I'm using, so, or I want to use. But yeah, so let's go ahead and turn the camera around and I'll give you a quick little show and tell. And then we're going to do some sewing. All right, so here goes. So here is the honest truth on what my craft room looks like. I guess we'll just start on this side. So, I mean, this is you guys have seen this before. This is where I store my fabrics. I did have to move some fabrics down here yesterday to get them out of that little bin right there so I can move my blue fabrics down there and blah, blah, blah. I needed more room. So, and my sewing machine has been sitting down here, and I really need to get it out and get it working. So that is a goal of mine. Right next here, that's some planner stuff, the Happy Planner, and for gardening. So that just kind of sits there. That shouldn't be there. So normally I have what we're working on today. It sits on top right here, but it's not there right now because it's on my desk because we're going to work on it. And you can see one of the drawers here is out, and it is under there. And the reason I took it out is because the November collaboration that I'm doing with Sherry is all about, food and recipes and stuff. And I have in there a bunch of my old recipes from magazines and stuff that I wanted to pull out to look through. So that's part of one project. This stuff up here in this box, I've had in this box for many months. It's just a box that, I don't know, food came in or whatever. And in here I have scrapbook paper. I just have some fabrics. And I don't know. I know that I want to use this stuff to make some sort of a journal, but I just need to do it. So I added this fabric to it yesterday, this box, because I thought it went well. The blues went well together. And when I was watching Linda from Linny P's Place here on YouTube, she shared a thrifty haul, and she had some blue stationery that she found, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have some blue stationery in boxes. I need to get it out to use. Over here I have some fabrics. This is where I have my simplistic blocks that I like to work on with you guys during these videos. And so I have some of that here because I know I want to use some of it. And under it, I have some paper things that I kind of feel like I want to give away, but I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Up here, so, okay, so this is a mess. This is a total mess. This fabric I shared with you last Monday. And because it's so artsy, I put it with this other fabric, which I want to do a project because to me, I just love these and I feel that some of them are very, very artsy looking, and yeah, so I put this here because I kind of felt like it went together. And then I have a lot of ribbons here, ribbons. I have clusters that I made. So yeah, this all right here, all that fabric I just showed you is a definite future project. Let's see what else I have. So if I go up here, yeah, this is like right next to where I sit at my desk. But this right here is everything I have out for my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, working on birds. And I'm probably going to use this right here for that project. Those videos come out on Wednesdays. This is the Christmas fabric that I pull from. But the reason I have a bunch of it out right here is because I wanted to try to use up little pieces. So, you know, like I have a bunch of little scraps in here, and I wanted to see if I could use them up on this week's bird project. So we'll see. We'll see. Then over here I have a whole bunch of just different things that I've made, or just, I don't know, I have a hawk's feather. I don't know, I have stuff back there. Then here for my desk, this is a stack of stuff for the Friday open collaboration, which anyone is welcome to join, Sherry and I. And so as I was going through fabrics yesterday, I'm like, wow, I'd really like to use some of this stuff. And I have some paper stuff. And the collaboration is all about making whatever it is you're working on and using any type of food or recipe type stuff from your stash and adding like a thankful or gratitude quote or word or scripture verse, something like that. So this is kind of where I'm storing or I'm collecting things that I may want to use in that collaboration, and that's every Friday. I pulled out my yarns because I wanted to start using my yarn again, which I will. And then here, this is what we're going to work on today. But when I go over here, so this is where I store a lot of my laces and stuff. And up on top, like I don't know, I feel like it's such a mess. I have some blue fabrics here that I have out because I might need more for what we're working on. And then I pulled all this stuff out. I have wallpapers and digitals and just all kinds of stuff here. And I pulled all that stuff out from down there because I want to do something with it. I like it. So I'm like, oh, I want to do something with it, so I'm going to pull it out and see. So that is kind of my disaster area. I feel like it's a lot right now. I don't know why, but it is. It doesn't always get like this, but this is one of those times where it just feels very disjointed to me. And so I will have to straighten this up. All right, so now we are going to do some work on this. Let me catch you up on what I've done this week on this. The whole all of this fabric right here is sewn down. One of the reasons I like to do that is because, you know, when you have small pieces of fabrics like this and you have a bunch of pins in it, you constantly get stuck with the pins and it hurts. And I didn't want to deal with that. So this week I spent time and I did the cantha stitch, which you can see on the back here. That's what the cantha stitch is just rows of the running stitch. And what I didn't sew was this little flap down here and this one here, and I did that on purpose because I wanted them to be a little bit loose. So what I also did was I sewed down the top of it where the dowel can go in so I can hang this on my wall. And I decided that I wanted to add this lace. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get some of the pearl thread ready to sew. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew that piece of, well, I called it lace. It's the eyelet trim, actually. And that eyelet trim I got from Aunt Henry's, which I shared with you last week. So if you want to see that fabric haul, just check out last Monday's video. And so with the different kits that I had purchased from them, I received, I think, a long piece of this eyelet trim in each one of the kits. So I'm like, well, that is perfect. I can use it. Oops, let me see. No, I can't do that. So wait a minute. Let me back up here. Back up. I forgot I had a little pocket back here. So I can't go all the way through, right? I can't go from here, the top, all the way through to the back, because then I'm making my area for my dowel smaller. So what I want to do is I want to just catch that top layer. And I don't know if you sew, you know, you'll know what I'm saying. Like when I'm sewing and I don't want to go all the way through and I'm sewing on this side, you can actually just feel that you're not going all the way through. You can just feel it. Let me take this pin out because it's getting in my way. So like I can feel with my fingers that I'm not going all the way through. Because you can kind of feel, the needle, right? If it was going all the way through. So that is that. So we're going to sew this down. And I have my window open. I just opened my back window here. It is Sunday, so yesterday from when this video is going to go out. And it is so beautiful out there. I mean, it's not sunny, but the weather has to be 70 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And it's really quite warm. And I'm surprised that there's not, you know, everybody doing their leaves and lawns right now, because usually it's like every day it's like tons of, like all my neighbors are doing their yards. But right now I only hear one person and it sounds pretty far away. It's on the next street going behind me. So, but I can hear somebody's working on their lawn. But like many people, this time of the year it is my favorite. I do like the change of seasons. I definitely do. You know, I had lived in Florida. Oh my gosh, I was much, much, much younger. How old was I? I was in my early 20s. And And as much as I liked Florida, I really missed the seasons and didn't last too long down there. I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. And, I moved back to Jersey, and I even lived in Pennsylvania up in the Bushkill Mountains up in the Poconos. For 5 years I lived up there, and that was nice as well. But, all right, I'm trying to put a knot in here. I want to try to grab some of this pink fabric, so I'm sure that it'll stay down okay. Yeah, so I lived up in Bushkill, Pennsylvania for 5 years. And then I moved down to Chadds Ford, Pennsylvania for 3 years, and I loved that too. Totally different experience. Very, very historical. Who's that builder? There's a famous, is it a builder or an artist? Now I forget. But anyways, it can be very, very historical, of course, in Pennsylvania, as well as here in New Jersey. It was interesting. One of the homesteading channels that I watch, this creator, she lives in Oregon, and she came to the East Coast for a homesteaders conference just a few weeks ago. And she was saying how old things are here, because from where she's from, and I never thought about this, and it just amazes me that this would have never occurred to me, but she went into Virginia, which is also, of course, very historical. And she was just amazed at how many old things there were, between houses and, the beautiful fences made with big rocks and stones. And she was just loving it. And to me, it's normal because I have that here in Jersey, and I don't know. To me, it's normal. It's just, but it never occurred to me that other areas of the country don't necessarily have that same experience. And I just thought it was super interesting. I don't know, just a different point of view that I would have never thought of on my own. And she was like saying how, she wants to come back just to visit and do more sightseeing type things because of the history of the area. And I was like, wow, I never in a million years would have thought of that myself. And so that was like really interesting to me. I mean, I don't know how old Oregon is, but I do know that if I recall my history lessons correctly, right? So there were, of course, the Native American Indians were here, and the Pilgrims came over, right? And Plymouth Rock, right, in Massachusetts. And of course, then they traveled from there, right? So they traveled up, they traveled down, and eventually they went west and ended up in the West. So it makes sense to me when I think about it like that, they started on the east and moved over to the west. And so then therefore the east, as far as a lot of the buildings and that kind of thing, is older. Makes perfect sense. But I mean, I just never thought of it like that. And I mean, if anybody on here has, like, can explain that better than I just did, please do, because, you know, I'm not a historian by any means. All right, so this is done, and you can see I did not go through, so I have my hole there just fine for my dowel. And so then the next thing that we need to do is put these things on here. So I have this bow, which I love. So I think I got this from Hannah in Poland in a kit. I got that in the kit. I got, well, this piece and this piece and this piece in the kit from her. I'm just trying to think what else. I don't know what else. Where did I get the blue kit from? Did I get that from her? I could have. So a lot of this could be from her. I don't remember if I got it from her or not. And then I have stuff here from Jovi, so creating with Jovi. So this back piece here, this pink piece is from Jovi, as well as I think maybe this blue piece, maybe. I think this piece right here with the flower. And I'm sure that there's more on here from Jovi. I just don't remember exactly. And then this piece down here was from Yvonne, and that was part of the Jovi and Carol's collaboration, the Swap and Sew. And yeah, and some of the stuff, I mean, I just purchased online myself. And yeah, so this is all sewn down, but now we need to embellish. And I think I'll just kind of go over where I want things, and then next week we'll actually sew them on. I love this little bow, and I do know that I want it up here in the corner somewhere, like there. And I do want to add this bracelet. Maybe right there, somewhere around there. I would actually like it here. But I feel like it needs to be over to the right. And this is floppy here, so I can't go too far down on that. So maybe right there. And then I have the yo-yo. And I have a button. But what I want to do is I really feel like I want to layer some fabrics on here. I'm really feeling like I want to build up the fabrics. And, you know, to do that, you can just take something like this and put it there and sew it right there, right? That would be super pretty, is to do something like that. So I like that a lot. But I have like a lot of little pieces that I could add on here. So I need to figure that out, because if I'm going to add like a lot of this stuff, then I can't maybe put my yo-yo there. So I do have like some pink lace, which I think would look pretty, and maybe that would look pretty right there. I do like that. I'm gonna cut that, as a matter of fact, because I like that right there, because that will kind of help accentuate the, go away, there we go. That will help accentuate this little ruffle down here. So if I put this basically here and then sew that, so sew it all down together like that, I would like that. I like the way that that looks a lot. I really kind of like this here. I really feel like I just want to bulk it up And maybe that means I don't put a yo-yo on there, right? Maybe that's what that means. I don't know. I have this cute little flower. And it's only partial flower. So that I kind of like on top of that blue. What else do I have? Is there anything I can kind of maybe smush up a little bit, right? So if I take something like this, and let's just cut a piece of this. I don't need it really big. Well, let's just kind of do this. And then, so if I take that, and let's get this on here, and then this will be it for today. I have no idea how much time, timing I'm at the moment. If I've hit my 30 minutes yet or not, I might have, I don't know. But I'm just gonna go a little bit. I wanna see if I can get this on here somewhere. Maybe this, no, I like that up there for some reason. What if I did a little bit of lace there and put that on top of that? No, and I kind of want that there. So where can I put this? I want to put it somewhere. And I want it to look, I kind of like that. Let me move these things. So if I came in here, I was saying I want this to look really layered. Not sure why, but I do. So all I'm going to do is take my thread, my needle and thread, and just kind of put this through here. I probably should have grabbed an off-white. This is a white, but it'll work. The thread itself. I'm going to go through to sew that down. Right, I want it to be ruffly. And then we're going to come back up. And we're going to do more ruffles. So it's just an easy way to make, sorry, I'm getting congested, to make some ruffles. All right, and we're going to pull that together. So by pulling the thread, it ruffles it more. And I'm just going to do a stitch down and then come back up and finish off our ruffles. I think that's cute. So the last one will go down and we will tie it off on the back. And we have a ruffle on here now. So I like that. I like that more spontaneous kind of sewing and building up on this block. See, I like that. Isn't that cute? So I can still put that there. I can still put this here. I can still put this here. I might not, I don't know if I think that this might be too dark. Maybe I'll get a lighter color and maybe something smaller. So this is a lot, right? This is definitely a lot. But now I'm kind of liking that all together up there. And I did like this down here. So yeah, so see, I'm building up. Let me see if I can find real quick here. I have a whole bunch of blue yo-yos. So I have more than this. I just wanted to see, you know, maybe something more like this one would be better, because this one, I don't know, I think it pulls, like when I have this on here, I think your eye goes to that because it's so dark, and it pulls attention away from the other things on here, and that doesn't. That blends in a little bit better, so I kind of like that. So all right, we have a little bit of a plan here. I don't know where this is going to end up next week, but definitely come on back and we will do some more to this block. All right, well, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a wonderfully blessed week. I'll see you Wednesday for my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery video, and Friday for the open collaboration for November, which is #cornucopia of recipes. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.